Hey everyone, welcome back to another Ironman from Scratch video. So in the previous episode we smashed out an absolute ton of quests, but none more important than Bon Voyage, which unlocked Fossil Island and most importantly Birdhouse Runs, one of the most essential skilling methods that we can have on an Ironman account. Today we're going to keep up that momentum, iron off the big 1000 total level, and of course smashing out a bunch of quests and diaries along the way. So, having made it to Fossil Island, we've got a few housekeeping things to do, starting with setting up the research camp, then unlocking the mush tree network. I'm not going to unlock the one in the Sulisep area yet, I don't need it for now. And then using the strange device, we can redirect our Digsat pennant to have a teleport directly to Fossil Island, which is particularly helpful, especially for our birdhouse runs. And the final chore is to collect some volcanic ash to make ultra compost. Ultra compost is the best compost in the game, reducing the chance of disease at each life cycle stage by 90% for your crops. So it's an incredibly useful resource and definitely worth the time to get some. Awesome, got myself about 1000 volcanic ash, that'll last quite a while. And now for the main event, let's set up our first birdhouse run. So birdhouse runs are incredibly simple to do. There's 4 locations and all you have to do is put down one box at each one and fill it with seeds. They can be hops, herbs, flower or allotment seeds. After the first run you don't need clockworks anymore, you just need a log corresponding to the type of house that you want to set up. They are absolutely one of the best methods for training Hunter in the game, especially on an Ironman. It's not a method that you train continuously, rather you come back every hour or so to collect your XP, but that collection only takes a minute or so. So the effective XP is actually quite high, really only beaten by things like hunting black chins with tick manipulation. But then you have to go to the wilderness and tick manipulate, so there's that. It's not just about the XP though, the huge benefit that they give to Ironman is also the resources it provides. At a base level, the Birdhouse Runs give us Bird's Nest, which is a key ingredient to one of the most iconic and useful combat potions in the game, the Ceradomin Brew. And of course, those Bird's Nests can contain other very useful items, such as seeds for our farming, and jewelry for teleports and whatnot. So as a package deal, the experience plus resources make birdhouses pretty much an essential training method, especially for early to mid-game Ironmen. And just to seal the deal, here we are collecting our first birdhouse run. I got 4 levels from that, so a level per birdhouse pretty much, which is pretty fun. Of course we'll slow down later on, but nice start. We actually snuck in 950 total level there as well, closing in on the big 1000. Okay, I think I've sung the praises of birdhouses enough. There's still a lot more progress to do, so many things to unlock. Starting with progressing on the Death Plateau quest, which we knocked out pretty quick and easy. And also while we're here, we're going to start up Troll Stronghold, sneaking a little birdhouse run in between, which got us to level 17 Hunter. Back to the quest in which I took on Dan in a totally fair and reasonable battle, hiding in the corner blasting him from a distance. Oh, hello, that's a diary task for entering the Troll Stronghold, I guess. There's a sneaky HP level, and that's Troll Stronghold complete. You can see as well I grabbed a few spare climbing boots just in case we need them later on. Right, that's our time with the trolls complete for now, so we're going to take this opportunity to do a little bit of smelting, both the lightning rod for Creature of Frankenstein and the demonic sigil for Shadow of the Storm, as well as a holy symbol. And now I'm just training a little bit of herblore up so that we can get the required level to start Edgar's Roost. I've got so many herbs saved up from Wintertide, I think just cleaning the herbs will give me the XP that I need. It's nice that they added this feature which lets you just auto-clean herbs. I don't know if you use it very often because it's so slow, but I guess if you had a massive amount of herbs to get through and you just wanted to AFK it on the side, it's nice to have. There we go. As expected, it looks like I had plenty of herbs to get to level 27. I'm just going to finish off these Taramans and then we'll be on our way. Along the way, we're going to speak to Elaine here, who is the 5th and final farmer that we need for the Fairy Tale Part 2 quest. You'll notice I have a botanical pie in my inventory, so I did say 27 herblore, but the requirement is actually 31 to start Edgar's Roost. Fortunately, this is one of those quest requirements that you can do boostable, so this is where our botanical pie is going to start coming in handy. Right, our next stop is Goblin Village to continue a couple other quests. I'm hoping that I can do this, oops, sorry, wrong option. I'm hoping I can do this without having the quest item with me. Nope, I guess, damn it, okay, I have to come back and do this. I need the item for Holy Grail to proceed with that bit. In the meantime though, we'll speak with the Goblin Generals here to progress with the Lost Tribe quest. Okay, take 2, I'm back with the Golden Magic Feather. Hopefully that'll get us... Oh no. Oh my god, what? I have just had like the biggest mental boom trying to do this quest. I completely forgot the magic whistles now as well. Oh my... Okay. Okay, we're back for attempt number 3. Not exactly the pinnacle of efficiency, having to run back and forth multiple times, but we've got there. Ah dear, we got there in the end. That's the next step of Holy Grail complete. We can move on now. I reckon if you've ever forgotten a quest item, you should drop a like on this video as well. Putting that fiesta of a quest step for Holy Grail behind us, we're going to move now to the Wizard's Tower with our Necklace of Passage and teleport with Wizard Cedrador for the Scrying Orb charge for Into the Abyss. And then we're going to wander up to Draenor Village to continue with Fairy Tale Part 1 up until the point where we're going to have to visit Xandar at the Black Wizard's Tower. Okay, that's the part where we need to go visit Xandar now, so we're going to pause here and head back to Lumbridge to finish up the Lost Tribe quest. That's another little diary task as well for entering the Ham hideout. That is Lost Tribe complete. We are closing in on 100 quest points real quick, only 6 more to go. We're actually going to quickly head back to Dorgashan through the tunnels. And while we're here, we can actually give Mistag the brooch that we found to get a mining helmet. This is just a handy little equipable light source, although we do have our fire making cape. It's also needed for a Lumbridge diary task, so we need it for that anyway. We're also going to start up Death to the Dorgashan while we're here. And also while we're here, we're going to grab the bone crossbow and a few thousand bone bolts to go with it. The Dorgashan crossbow is a classic go-to weapon for low to mid-range training. It's easy to get, the bolts are cheap, and will be our go-to weapon for quite a while. Time to sneak in another Birdhouse run. That was actually one of our better runs in terms of the number of nests we got. We also got to level 20 Hunter, so another 3 levels. Absolutely flying through them at the moment. I'm back in Falador now to progress with a few bits and pieces. I'm just trying to make a mental image of what my character actually looks like before I do a haircut for the diary task. Okay, so that's the diary task for using the hairdresser. Let's see if I can get back to normal. Nope, that's not the right hair color. Okay, second attempt, we got it right that time, so we're back to normal now. We can go on our merry way. We can fill the bucket at the pump here for another diary task, and a third diary task for jumping over this ledge. Okay, so this was a moment of truth for Fairy Tale Part 1 to see what random items we need, but I was spam clicking so I didn't catch it. Fortunately, it's here in the quest journal, so... Unopened oyster, piece of charcoal, and red vine worm. So that's all very easy to get. I should have, I've already got the charcoal, unopened oyster, I think I've got that too. I should have picked up a red vine worm when I was doing fishing contests in the past in anticipation for this, but didn't think to do that. That's alright, it's easy enough to get. It's times like this I'm glad I'm not a snowflake Ironman of any description. If any of you watch V the Victim's Sequestered series, he just got completely screwed over by this quest. Anyway, focusing back on our to-do list, we're going to swing by the crafting guild and mine a gold ore for the diary. Then we're going to turn these cowhides we got into one hard leather and a couple of soft leather. The hard leathers for animal magnetism and the soft leathers for a diary task and some other quests. Next stop is Melzar's Maze for Dragon Slayer 1. Okay, you know the drill. Safe spots and I just do not cooperate. I am terrible at this stuff sometimes. I thought I'd give it a crack without looking up the safe spot, but yeah, that's clearly not going too well for me, is it? I swallowed my pride and looked up the safe spot. Wasn't quite what I was expecting, but that's alright, we got it sorted now. And there's our map piece from Melzar's Maze. So as I thought, I have the 2 items except for the red vine worm, so just going to quickly go back and grab... I need a spade. So as I thought, I have 2 of the items that I need. Now I'm just going to go back and get the red vine worms. Ah, look at that. So easy. Dig them up with a spade and you're done. Don't know what's been going on today with some of these brain explosions, but that's alright. We got the magic secateurs now. I like how your hand just sort of sticks through the middle of the handles. Good old-fashioned graphics. Time, of course, for another birdhouse run. I don't think I explained previously, but the chance of it getting any bird nest besides a seed's nest is a function of the birdhouse tier plus your hunter level, and you get 10 rolls per birdhouse. And then for a seed nest, it's just a function of your hunter level, but you're limited to 1 seed nest per birdhouse. Once upon a time, the number of nests only scaled off the birdhouse type, not your hunter level, so you can imagine it was pretty OP for low levels. We got 3 more levels from this run, up to level 23 now. Okay, so the plan is to finish up Shadow of the Storm now. I brought all this food to Face Tank, but I don't think that plan's going to work. I know you can flinch it, but I was hoping to Face Tank a few hits first, but yeah. Those magic blasts were hurting quite a bit, so we're going to resort to the good old-fashioned flinching. Basically, you just stand around the corner, wait for the HP bar to disappear, go and whack him, and come back. As long as we get the final hit with the Dark Light, then we finish the quest. Okay, that took almost 10 minutes to get here, but we got the Dark Light equipped, ready to go, and bam. Shadow of the Storm complete. Well, actually, we're going to stick this onto ranging. It's the only skill that we haven't got any combat levels in yet. So, there we go. Beautiful. 10,000 ranged XP and Shadow of the Storm done. Just a quick pit stop by Hasidius to set up some compost. I didn't realize there's like a custom animation or graphic for the different vegetables. Usually it's like a green mush effect, not the actual tomatoes. Just gonna gather up a few anti-dragon shields now. I don't know if it's an inside joke from Jagex or not, but if you say that you're fighting some random dragon, he says that he doesn't have an infinite supply. But obviously if you drop trick, you can get as many as you want. Okay, so half a dozen shields should be plenty. Heading over to do Fairy Tale Part 1 now. We're just going to use the shortcut, which will be a diary task. And now it's time for another round of flinching. So fighting this boss, your farming level affects the damage you do, but at least it's a consistent stream of damage. There's no zeros like there was in Shadow for the Storm, so it should be a bit quicker. And that's the last hit. Don't pay any attention to my flash in health. I may or may not have just misclicked at one point or another. Awesome, that's Fairy Tale complete, and more importantly, 1000 total level. An absolutely massive milestone for the account. I'm really happy with that, making some good progress now. I think we definitely deserve a like on the video for 1000 total level, guys. That's huge for us. Now we're going to head back to Draenor and start up Fairy Tale Part 2, free Prince Ali for Prince Ali Rescue, then finish up a Poor Sign of Interest. Then we're going to buy ourselves a bunch of Slayer items for later on, pretty much one of everything. I'll put a list on screen rather than read them all out. Then grab ourselves 10 grain and head back to Marden to proceed with Fairy Tale Part 2. So as is most commonly done, we're just going to progress Fairy Tale Part 2 until we've unlocked the fairy rings for transport around the game. And there's a lot of fairy rings associated with diary steps. So one of those is Air, which will give us an Ardoin diary task. I wasn't meant to do ALS yet, that messes up the quest order. Anyway, diary task done. CIR for a Kuren diary task. Just came back to the Magruber Woods fairy ring for a sec to plant the jute seeds. BIS for Ardoin diary. DIS for the Wizard's Tower and Lumbridge diary. And then BJR to the Fisher Realm to continue with Holy Grail. There's one more fairy ring we want to put to use real quick, so we're just going to run back to the Gnome Stronghold and start up the Grand Tree. Then use the CLS fairy ring to get to Hazelmere's place and decipher the text. Then one more fairy ring up to the Fremennik province to start up Olaf's quest, kill a few rock crabs for the diary, and then catch a Cerulean Twitch for another diary task. Another Birdhouse run, this one got us levels 26 and 27 Hunter, and I'm just sitting here now doing some old-fashioned yew cutting for a bit of AFK time. If you're wondering why I'm not at the Woodcutting Guild, it's because you need Hosidius Favor to access it, so I think that's something we'll put on the radar for next time, which is to start getting Zaya Favor and unlock some stuff over on that continent. It's been pretty busy for me, but we still made some big milestones today, especially the 1000 total level, and of course a few quests and diaries as normal. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. I can't believe we're about to hit 1000 subs, so thank you for all the support, and if you want to join in as well, please hit the sub and drop a like on the video, it really helps me out. Previous episode is on screen, and until next time guys, have a good one. See ya!